Hello, welcome to Tony's Bonsai. I've got a silver birch here. I collected it around 12 months ago. It just sat for the first year, not doing much. It's got a natural, really natural, pleasing shape, but I think there are a couple of adjustments that I'd like to make and a little bit of pruning up at the top. So this is for today. Let's get stuck in. I planted it in the pot in this orientation because I think the roots just fit best in this tray. But I see the front probably, although the roots are best from here, I think I see the front as a bit more round here with this sort of not crossing over these back trunks. I mean, call me crazy, but I did actually toy with the idea of completely removing these back branches there, completely gone and just starting from scratch. People might think that's crazy, but I love this trunk line. However, I'm not going to do that because I do like the shape of these branches at the back, but I think they need moving a little bit. Not a great deal, but they just need sort of moving down so that they're not competing with this main leader. This is the junction that I wouldn't say it needs anything doing with it, but I want to bend this back branch down. It's obviously a fairly stiff branch, but you can get movement in silver birch. But before I try manipulating that branch, I'm definitely going to put some vet tape on there. That's the vet tape applied. Now to put some wire on. I think this looks like 4mm aluminium wire, this. So it should be fairly easy to apply. With it being this time of year where the trees have got no leaves on them, there's plenty of space to do some nice clean wiring. I have heard people mention that silver birch don't like being wired, but I've never really had any problems with them myself. Before I decide what other wire to apply, I'll just want to have a feel to see whether it's not really holding that. It's not got enough holding power with one piece, so definitely needs a second piece. I won't be doing too much on this branch, so I don't even know if I'm going to be doing much bending with that branch at all. I think I'll do a bit, but one piece will be fine. Put that in there. Wrap that around there to hold. And then this one should come nicely up through this gap. This will supply lots of holding power. And just guarantee that, really, there's pretty much a guarantee I won't snap any branches or anything with that much wire on. And the vet tape, safe as houses. So it is worth just taking your time with that wiring at the bottom there, just to make sure you get everything in the right place, no crossing wires, all the points of contact where you want them to be. And you get a nice clean job like that. And now it's time to move this branch down. And the reason it's doubled here is because this is where I want the movement down at the bottom. From this view now, you can see this is the one that wants to go down, and I'm just supporting everything with my right hand and then bending that branch down there. There we go. That's nice. fairly thick branch on a piece of pretty rigid deciduous material, but I wanted that to happen. I wasn't happy with how, you know, close all these were together, and that's much better now. In terms of the rest of the bend, what I want now is, now that this goes back, I want these to turn up. So as I say, the one piece of wire should be fine for this. Just to, oh, there was a little crack then. I won't push it any further. That'll be fine, just with that slight little click. See, I don't call it a crack, I call that a click. And let's have a go at this other branch. This is thinner, so this one should, maybe I will need a, that one just clicked a bit as well. I think I need another piece of wire on that. Run this piece of wire up like that. There we go. And that should now just allow me to bring that round into position there. That's better. Oh yes, I like that. That's worked well. As I say, it's a little bit frightening when you get a crack, but in my experience, it's no big deal. As I rotate this round now, it's not massively dissimilar to how it was before. In fact, it looks very, very similar from this view here. But this is definitely moving backwards and allowing a lot more space in the centre, which I prefer. From this view, what I do think now is these branches here are seeming to be in the way a little bit, and perhaps I can just lift those up like that. That's better. Adds a little bit of gentle movement to this as well, which I like. So I can just bend that down, then bend that up. Let's just put a bit of something there. I think it's quite interesting. And then just twist it away. And this is too long anyway, this branch. That needs clipping down. And that's looking good. Now I do think that this branch here, and it's got a big ugly, very big ugly knuckle on it up here. You can see where I've done a cut in a previous year. But perhaps I can cut part of that off. So where were we? There. This here, if I cut the bottom part of that off, that looks a lot nicer. It's a lot more slim and slender. Looks good. But this is pointing too much back into the tree, I think. And from the front here, yeah, this wants some movement adding or something doing with it. I've applied a couple of pieces of wire, and before I do manipulate these two, the other piece was applied to this back one. I like the position of this branch, but it is very straight, very, very straight up there. So I think I want to add some kind of movement to it. In fact, I definitely do. So what I'm going to do is take it back down to where it was, and then bring this top section up. That's better, yeah. Down. And then up and round. That's it. So I want it up at the base, and then that's better. Yeah, I got it. That's interesting. That's better. It's not a lot. It's quite subtle and it doesn't look like much from there, but as I move it to the side, it's got a bit more going on. Although I could also add a bit from this view. With this being the front, I may as well bring it there and take it like that. That's better. So that's just, it's just killed that straight line. There we go. Yeah, it's killed that straight line. I'll just go a bit more with it. At the bottom and then up. Yep, that's got it. Yeah, there's just something interesting going on. The only problem here now is this is coming right into the centre of the tree, and I do want that to possibly become the new leader, so the top can just be bent right back there. That'll be chopped off eventually. I won't do it now, but I suspect that'll come off in the summer or spring. Now for this one. Yeah, that's developing nicely. That's coming on. So these two now just sort of want to fill the space that they're already in. But again, this is quite straight there. And so I want this to have a bit of interest. So I'll take it down and bring it back. It's not done too much from the front, but it's got some nice movement, that. Yeah, I like that. And this one, this isn't so bad because this has a natural branch in there. All I'll do with that is just bend that first section a little bit and then twist that up. Now if that's the front there, which it is, it's just these two here that I don't want to cross, and that just gives them a little bit more breathing room. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, looking from the front now, I put a piece of wire up this shoot, up this trunk, and then around this branch here. And this is potentially quite a good branch. It's coming from a nice position. And all I'll do is, I've got a really nice bud here, which I want to put on the outside of a bend. So that's on the outside of a bend. And I have another bud here, which I'll put on the outside of a bend there. So that'll probably get cut in the future here. And I've got two nice new branches coming off it, which should work well. As for this branch, this one is very much in the same plane as the branch above it. And with this coming backwards and this coming backwards, I think I could afford to possibly bring this more out to the front, like that. So nothing more than that, just changing the direction of that branch. And it fills this space nicely. This will get cut back. In fact, I will cut that back, only to there though. And I want to cut a few of these other ones as well. Especially after I've done this kind of work. I don't generally like to go mad pruning trees. I kind of like to leave a fair bit of strength in the tree for it to grow and take the new shape. But some of these are too long. So I'm just cutting to outward facing buds. Just taking the ends off. It did have a really good healthy year, this. So in general, I'm just cutting back to 2 buds. We've got lots of nice growth on it. Now this one, yeah, it's very long, that. I've got 2 buds, but the one here is pointing downwards. I've got the ones that I talked about. I've got this branch. I'll just cut it to that one. In fact, no, let's go back further. That's better. And this one here it's quite thick and quite straight. Comes all the way up there. It's already got a nice couple of branches coming off it. So this is one that can be removed. It's looking beginning to look quite good, I think. I don't like that branch. This is an ugly branch. You see how it curves inwards towards the tree? You can see the elegant flow of a birch. It's kind of spoilt by this lump and that shooting up there. I really don't like it. And I think I can just take that whole lump out. That's always going to be a problem, that. I don't like it. It can go. Rather just get rid of a problem than leave it there for later. I tend to leave a stump on my birch, silver birch, so I don't cut them right back, and I can just remove that next year. I was pretty much calling it a day on this tree now, but I noticed this thick shoot coming up the top. It's going to bulge at the bottom. This is going to be a problem next year, no doubt about that. So I'm better just getting rid of that. That can go. This other branch is far more delicate and slender, looks better, and I think that should hopefully open up the tree a fair bit. Yeah, that looks good. I mean, I'm sort of torn to maybe apply a piece of wire to that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave that now. I've done enough. That's the wiring and pruning for the winter for this tree. I'm pleased with the result. Before I go, I'd like to wish all my viewers and subscribers, other creators, anyone watching this video basically, I'd like to wish you a really happy new year. I hope 2022 has been a good one, and if it hasn't, it's gone. Forget about it. We've got 2023 coming up, and I've got loads of amazing projects I'm really looking forward to. And even just simple trees like this, you know, I'm looking forward to removing the wire, seeing how it holds, seeing how this sort of gets on in its second year. I think it's already got some good potential, and it's sort of turning into quite a nice tree. So much for me to look forward to, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Have a good one.